An extraordinary achievement of architecture and engineering, these gardens have fascinated historians and storytellers for centuries. But the question remains, did they truly exist? An extraordinary achievement of architecture and engineering, these gardens have fascinated historians and storytellers for centuries. But the question remains, did they truly exist? Welcome back to Questions That Matter, the channel where we explore everything from science and politics to health, history, myths, and legends. Today we're asking, were the Hanging Gardens of Babylon real? Before we dive in, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy our content, and make sure to hit that notification bell to stay updated with our latest uploads. The Hanging Gardens were described as a lush paradise, an oasis of beauty and peace. According to ancient accounts, King Nebuchadnezzar II built them for his wife, Amytis, sometime during his reign between 605 and 561 BC. Babylon itself was a thriving city in Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, though much of it has been devastated by centuries of conflict. The Hanging Gardens were described as a lush paradise, an oasis of beauty and peace. According to ancient accounts, King Nebuchadnezzar II built them for his wife, Amytis, sometime during his reign between 605 and 561 BC. Babylon itself was a thriving city in Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, though much of it has been devastated by centuries of conflict. The first written description of the gardens comes from the Babylonian historian Berossus in 280 BC in a book called Babyloniaca. Though the book was lost, its contents survived through later summaries. Greek and Roman writers also described the gardens in detail, often portraying them as immense tiered platforms filled with trees, flowers, and shrubs. The design supposedly included stone columns, vaulted terraces, and irrigation systems, so advanced they could keep the entire structure green and thriving. According to these accounts, the gardens rose about 75 feet high, resembling a series of verdant balconies. To sustain such a marvel, it's estimated that over 8,000 gallons of water would have been required every single day, an enormous task for ancient engineers, and one that raises doubts about whether the gardens could have been real. Still, rulers of the time were known for their extravagant displays of wealth and power. The seven wonders of the ancient world included the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Temple of Artemis, the statue of Zeus at Olympia, the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, the Colossus of Rhodes, the Lighthouse of Alexandria, and, of course, the Hanging Gardens. Out of all of them, only the pyramids remain standing today. Unlike the other wonders, however, the Hanging Gardens lack a confirmed location or direct eyewitness accounts. Clay tablets that detail everyday life in Babylon have been uncovered from the exact period when the gardens were supposedly built, but none of them mention the gardens at all. Archaeologists, despite decades of excavations, have never discovered ruins that can definitively be identified as the famous wonder. This absence of evidence has led some scholars to label them the Lost Gardens of Babylon, while others simply believe they never existed. That said, history is full of lost monuments and structures still waiting to be discovered. Cleopatra's tomb, for example. Wars and natural disasters could easily have destroyed the gardens if they were ever real. In the early 20th century, German archaeologist Robert Koldewey excavated the southern citadel of Babylon and uncovered 14 stone chambers with arched ceilings. He suggested these might have been the remains of the Hanging Gardens, but many historians disagreed, pointing out that the site was too far from the Euphrates River to supply the water such a massive garden would have required. Instead, the chambers were later believed to be storerooms. A different theory emerged in 2013, when Oxford historian Dr. Stephanie Daly argued that the Hanging Gardens may not have been in Babylon at all, but in Nineveh, about 300 miles north, near the Tigris River. Excavations there uncovered evidence of advanced aqueducts that could have supported such an elaborate irrigation system. Dr. Daly also pointed out that after Babylon was sacked in 689 BC, Nineveh was referred to as New Babylon, which might explain how the confusion arose over their true location. Like all ancient legends, centuries of retelling have blurred the truth. Written records are inconsistent, and physical evidence is scarce. Yet the persistence of the story across different cultures and eras suggests there may have been some basis in reality. So, were the Hanging Gardens of Babylon real? The evidence is inconclusive. Perhaps they once stood, either in Babylon or Nineveh, and were later lost to time. Or maybe they were nothing more than an ancient tale that grew with each retelling. For now, they remain one of history's most enduring mysteries. Probably real, but until solid evidence is found, the Hanging Gardens will continue to live on as one of the greatest legends of the ancient world.